In the heart of Ravenbrook, Lucas Grey lived an ordinary life. That was about to change. Ravenbrook, a town seemingly peaceful, had its own hidden demons. Among its residents was Lucas Grey, a man of simple tastes and simpler dreams. His life revolved around his childhood sweetheart, Emily, a beacon of light in a world that was slowly being swallowed by shadows. Lucas was a man of integrity, working tirelessly to provide a good life for himself and Emily, dreaming of a future where they could escape the clutches of their hometown. But the quiet town of Ravenbrook had a different plan for Lucas. While Lucas and Emily dreamed of a bright future, the town was shrouded in a growing darkness, an insidious corruption led by Mayor Silas Blackwood. The mayor, a puppet master of sorts, manipulated the strings of Ravenbrook behind a facade of righteousness. Lucas, with his head held high and heart full of hope, was oblivious to the sinister machinations brewing in the underbelly of his beloved town. He was a pawn in a game of power and deceit, a game he didn't even know he was playing. One fateful day, Lucas found himself ensnared in a web of lies, falsely accused of a crime he did not commit. His world crumbled around him as he was torn away from Emily and his dreams of a peaceful life. A victim of the mayor's corruption, Lucas was sentenced to Ravenbrook Penitentiary, a place where hope went to die. The town watched in silence as an innocent man was wrongfully condemned, swallowed by the system that was supposed to protect him. The once vibrant Lucas was left to rot in the cold, unforgiving walls of Ravenbrook Penitentiary. Lucas was an innocent man, wrongfully condemned, left to rot in Ravenbrook Penitentiary. Behind the cold walls of the prison, an unexpected transformation was underway. The once mild-mannered Lucas Grey, wrongfully imprisoned and subjected to unimaginable torment, was on the precipice of a profound metamorphosis. The harsh reality of the Ravenbrook Penitentiary, a place where innocence and justice were mere illusions, pushed Lucas to the edge of despair. Yet, it was here, amidst the cruelty and darkness, that Lucas discovered a power within himself. A power as old as time and as potent as the shadows themselves. No longer was he just Lucas Grey. No longer was he a victim of a corrupt system. He was becoming something else. Something dark, something powerful, something formidable. He was becoming the Dark Killer. As Lucas grappled with his newfound abilities, he discovered he could manipulate shadows. He could bend them to his will, control them, use them as a weapon. He could make the shadows dance and twist in ways that defied reality. He could shape them into terrifying forms, cloaking himself in darkness and striking fear into the hearts of those who dared cross his path. His power was intoxicating, a seductive whisper in the dark that promised revenge. And Lucas, embittered by the betrayal and injustice he had suffered, was all too eager to listen. He embraced this power, let it fill every corner of his being. He let it turn his heart cold, let it harden his resolve. The Dark Killer was no longer just a whisper in the shadows. He was a living, breathing entity, fueled by a thirst for vengeance that was as relentless as it was insatiable. Lucas's first taste of revenge was as sweet as it was chilling. It was a declaration, a promise to those who had wronged him. He would no longer be their victim. He would no longer be silent. He would make them pay, one by one. A new menace, the Dark Killer, was born from the ashes of an innocent man, and he was ready to claim his revenge. The Dark Killer took his vengeance to the streets of Ravenbrook, one shadow at a time. As the moon took the throne in the night sky, the Dark Killer emerged from the abyss, his silhouette a chilling testament to the power of shadows. Fueled by a thirst for revenge, he prowled the silent streets of Ravenbrook, his eyes scanning for those who had wronged him. His shadow, a dark extension of his wrath, danced in the corners, ready to strike. His victims were the corrupt, the guilty, the ones who reveled in their misdeeds. Each met their fate in a chilling dance of darkness and fear. The Dark Killer was no ordinary vigilante. His power over shadows allowed him to reach into the deepest crevices of their guilty hearts, forcing them to confront their darkest fears before their inevitable end. The town of Ravenbrook, once a peaceful haven, was now a stage for a chilling spectacle. Fear gripped the hearts of the townsfolk as the Dark Killer's reign of terror spread. In the stillness of the night, whispers echoed through the streets, painting a haunting picture of the shadowy vigilante. Yet, not everyone viewed the Dark Killer as a monster. There were those, especially the downtrodden and oppressed, who saw him as a beacon of justice, a hero standing against the corrupt and powerful. The town was divided, a chasm formed between those who feared the Dark Killer and those who revered him. In the midst of this chaos, Emily remained steadfast in her belief. She saw beyond the shadowy figure that haunted the streets at night. She saw the man beneath the cloak of darkness, the man wrongfully accused, the man she loved. To her, he was not the dark killer, but Lucas Grey, a man caught in a whirlwind of vengeance and justice. The reign of shadows had begun, casting a dark veil over Ravenbrook. The dark killer, a figure of fear and reverence, was now a part of the town's tale. To some he was a monster, to others a hero. But to Emily he was still Lucas. Emily, driven by love and conviction, embarked on a dangerous mission. Her journey was not merely to find Lucas, the man she once knew, but to reach out to the dark killer, the shadowy vigilante he had become. Emily was convinced that beneath the cloak of darkness, Lucas's true essence still flickered. Her quest was not for the faint-hearted. The path was fraught with danger and uncertainty, strewn with the casualties of the dark killer's vengeance. Yet, Emily pressed on, her faith in Lucas unwavering. She believed in his goodness, in his capacity for love, and in his potential for redemption. Navigating through the labyrinthine streets of Ravenbrook, she followed whispers and rumors, piecing together the puzzle of Lucas's transformation and his path of retribution. Her determination was fueled by the memory of their shared past, their dreams of a future together, and the stark contrast it held with the present. As she dug deeper, Emily found herself confronting the dark killer, face to face. She looked into the eyes that once held warmth, now cold and distant. She reached out to the man hidden beneath the shadows, pleading for his humanity, his mercy, his love. In these confrontations, Emily was not just fighting the dark killer, but also the darkness within Lucas, the darkness that threatened to consume him entirely. She was fighting for their love, a love that had the power to heal, to forgive, to change. Yet even as she faced the dark killer's wrath, Emily never faltered. She stood firm, her belief in Lucas stronger than any fear. She knew that her love was the only thing that could pierce through the shadows, the only thing that could bring Lucas back to the light. In the end, it was Emily's unwavering love that proved to be the most potent weapon. Not the dark killer's shadows, nor his thirst for revenge, could stand against the light of her love. Emily's love was the only light that could pierce the dark killer's shadows. Her quest was a testament to the transformative power of love, the strength of conviction, and the enduring hope for redemption. The heart of Ravenbrook was the stage for a showdown that would decide their fate. In the stillness of the night, Emily stood her ground, her eyes locked with those of the dark killer. The man she knew as Lucas, now shrouded in darkness, was caught in a battle against himself. His thirst for revenge clashed with the remnants of the man Emily had loved, creating a storm of internal conflict within his soul. Words echoed through the quiet town square as Emily pleaded with Lucas, her voice filled with desperation and hope. She reminded him of the man he once was, and the man he could be again. The dark killer, once relentless and cold, was now grappling with the echoes of his past and the promise of a future. In this moment, the line between hero and monster blurred. Amidst the shadows, love sparked a beacon of light, illuminating the path to redemption. In the face of love, the darkness within Lucas began to waver. Lucas, faced with a choice, found his redemption in the light of Emily's love. In the heart of darkness, the glimmer of love has the power to illuminate the darkest corners. Lucas, caught in a web of vengeance, was on the brink of losing himself forever. But Emily's unwavering faith and love for him became his beacon, guiding him out of the abyss. The struggle within Lucas was intense, a war between his thirst for revenge and his longing for redemption. But it was Emily's love that tipped the scales, sparking a transformation within him. He chose to let go of his shadowy persona, the dark killer, and embrace the light. This choice marked the end of an era of terror and the beginning of a journey towards healing and redemption. Together, they decided to leave the haunted past of Ravenbrook, seeking a fresh start, a new dawn. As they left Ravenbrook behind, a new dawn was on the horizon for Lucas and Emily.